Hey, I'm Rosie. I'm one of the PTs in Brighton Central Pure Gym, and I'm going to be running you through a HIIT workout today. First of all, I'm going to warm you guys up. It's really important that you warm your body up before you do any intensive exercise, just to make sure that you've mobilized all the joints. So number one, we're just going to start off nice and easy with a little jog. Nothing too much. If you want to make it a bit harder, you can bring the knees higher. So just keep it going, get those arms moving. Keep it going, 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Right, next up, we're going to go into an overhead plank walkout. So rolling the arms back and over, feel those shoulders stretch, bringing it down to the floor, walking it out until you're in an extended plank. Be careful not to dip those hips down. Walk it back up, hands to the ceiling, and roll it back. Next up, we're going to go into a lunge. So you're going to take a big step forward, taking it straight down. Take your time, keep that balance. We're going to switch it over in 2, 1, change legs. Take your time on this one. Make sure that everything's in the right angle and try not to lean it forward too much. Nearly there, 5 more seconds. Right, next up, we're going to go into a side lunge. So spread those legs, leaning it over onto one side and then to the other. You should feel a nice little stretch going through the hips and into the top of the leg. Nearly there. And one more exercise after this, we are going to go into squats. So feet about a hip width apart, just taking it straight down, keeping those feet nice and flat. Try and keep that chest up as well. If you're struggling, you can always widen those feet a little bit more. Cool. That's it, warm up done. So now that we've warmed ourselves up, it's time to jump straight into this HIIT workout. So number one, we're gonna go straight into the deep end with burpees. So your hands are gonna come down to the floor, jumping back, in and up. Here we go. So hands down, out, in, up. Keep it going. If you find this movement too difficult, which you might do, you can make it slightly easier by stepping back, stepping in, and coming up. Right, next up, we are gonna go into press-ups. We've got 30 seconds rest before we jump into it. So with press-ups, I want you to make sure that you're keeping that body nice and flat, making sure that you're not dipping the hips down or bringing the hips too high in the air. If you are struggling, you can always bring your knees down onto the floor, take it from there. If you still struggle, bring the knees a little bit closer and practice that movement. Making sure the hands are underneath the shoulders. Right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Keep it going, don't give up. Keep that breathing. Nearly there. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Next up, we're going to go into Russian twists. So you're going to come down, sitting down onto that bum, and you're going to bring yourself into a V shape. So feet off the floor, and you're just going to twist from side to side. If you find that you're moving your legs all over the place, just bring your feet down to the floor, keep that movement going. It's very important that you keep it slow. It's actually more effective to do it slowly. Right, here we go. In 2, 1, off we go. You can also use weight as well for this one, if you want to make it a little bit harder. Nearly there. 5 seconds. 2, 1, relax. Okay, next up we are going to go into mountain climbers. So similar to the press up, we're in the same starting position. Your hands are going to be down on the floor. Again, making sure that bum's not in the air, but equally that it's not sinking down either. All we're going to do is drive those knees forward towards the chest, one at a time. Right, time's coming up, 5 seconds. Here we go, get ready. In 2, 1, off we go. If you're finding this too difficult, you can always tap the toes instead to make it a little bit easier. Five seconds. 2, 1, and relax. So next up, we are going to go from a reverse lunge to a forward lunge. So it should look something like this. Stepping back into a lunge, and then bringing it straight forward into a forward lunge, and then changing, switching legs. So you've still got 10 more seconds rest. Get that breath back. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, so reverse, forward, and switch. If you're finding it too difficult, you can always break the movement up by bringing the feet together in between. Make sure you're switching those legs each time. Keep that balance and take your time. Nearly there already. Right, next up, we are going to go into a spider plank. So this one, you're in an elbow plank. Elbows are down on the floor. So the same as the other exercises, you want to make sure that that bum's not up, but equally that it's not sunk down either. So you're just going to be bringing your knees out to the side on this one. If it's too much, you can just hold an elbow plank instead. Right, here we go. So really take your time on this one. It is quite a difficult movement. Really bring that knee out to the side. You should feel a stretch all down the side of your body and feel that core engage. Nearly there. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. We have one more exercise left, and we are going to finish with a bang. So it's squat jump. So you're coming down into a squat and jumping up. You've still got 15 seconds to rest, so just breathe it out a little bit and prepare yourself. 10 seconds. So again, you want your feet about hip width apart. If you struggle with squats, take it a bit wider. Here we go in 2, 1. If you're struggling, you can always break it up, catch yourself, then bring it into the squat. Nearly there, 5 seconds, don't give up. 2, 1, and relax. So with this workout, I recommend that you repeat it 2 to 3 more times and make sure you stretch afterwards. Thank you for watching, guys.